Hello, everyone, and welcome to another reading. My name is Bridget, and we're going to get started. So, I've actually been feeling the message for this reading for a couple of days, and it's been coming through so strongly. And then the cards completely aligned with what I was feeling. So, the first card you have is Great Adventure. Take a risk, venture forwards. And it's this feeling I've been getting of like, you are ready for something new. Like, there's almost a restlessness in your soul where it's more than even being ready. It's like a need. It's like beyond desire. It's like, I need this. I need change, or I need adventure, or I need something to improve. I need to have more fun. It's about the energy of adventure and like feeling like you're really living your life and like putting yourself out there and experiencing life in the way that you want to live. You know, it's funny because my throat chakra is feeling all messed up, and the second card that I got for you is throat chakra. So let me just grab some. It feels like you need to start following your own script and living from your own life and like kind of like really purging and releasing energies that you've internalized from others where they're saying like, oh, you can't do this or you can't do that, or something that you felt like for some reason you're like, oh, well, I would love to do X, Y, and Z, but I can't, I'd never be able to do that. Like, I would love to travel and, go to this place in the world, but I could never be able to do that. Like, there's something where it's like your throat chakra is coming in and kind of blocking some momentum before it's even got it started for you, where it's like there's this desire, there's this intuition, there's this insight where you're like, I want this thing, I need this thing, I need to do this thing, I need to make a change, I need to travel, I need to adventure, I need to live life to the fullest, I need to see what I'm capable of. But then there's this throat chakra block that's like, boom, no, you can't, no, you can't, no, you can't, no, you can't, no, you can't. And it's a really interesting kind of energy. And Spirit's saying with this card, obstacles and challenges, the Five of Wands, it's like, it's time for you to move from one form to another. It's time for you to take this leap. It says, take a risk and venture forward. It's like, it's time to start to move things along and to kind of push the boundaries on what you think you are capable of, because you are capable of so much more. And even if you're not capable, like in this extreme, like in this very moment, you're like, well, I can't afford to book a flight overseas or whatever. If you get the throat chakra energy right, where you start to let that manifestation brew, where you start to like foster it and nurture it and say, you know what, it is possible. Maybe I need to make a few changes. Maybe I need to align to this timeline in a different way. You need to start to let it in because it wants to grow. It wants to bloom in your life. And it's more than just a need, because the other card I got is the Uranus card, change. It's more than just a need at this point. It's like, it's sort of like necessary for your soul. Like it's destiny even, because when the Uranus card comes up, it says change. This card is like legit. Okay. When this card comes up, it's saying the restlessness that you feel in your life is more than just, it's not a passing thing. Like, it's not just going to go away and you'll get back to your routine and you'll get back to your 9 to 5 and everything will kind of go back to normal. It's like, no, this restlessness is here to stay, because it's actually a message from your soul. It's a message from your higher self, from your angels, from your guides. And it's telling you that this change is like necessary for your soul's evolution. Like, it's more than just this lifetime. It's so important. Like, I feel there's something here about the importance of this change coming in, because I feel like there's been a part of you that's kind of minimized it a bit for yourself, where you've been like, oh, it's not that important, or I'll get over it, or, I'm never going to be able to afford this, so I should just let it go. And it's like, you're playing too small. That's what your spirit guides want you to know. They really want you to like expand. And I feel that it's through the throat chakra. It's through just beginning with your throat chakra with saying, what if it is possible? What if I could do this? What if I can afford it? What if I am brave enough to take this risk? What if I can achieve something? I feel like there's a lot here around mindset, like the mindset to achieve something, and it's making me think of this person that I found on YouTube recently called Ryan Ryan Mitchell. And he's this young guy. He climbed Mount Everest when he was age 19. I'm like obsessed with mountaineering, just so you know, and like alpine climbing and stuff. Anyway, he climbed Mount Everest at age 19, and he saved up $150,000 to achieve that through starting his own YouTube channel when he was like 15. He did like some Minecraft channel, and then he became really good. He worked really hard at it and he got a lot of money. And basically he achieved his dreams by age 19. And he trained for Mount Everest within like a really short time period. And he basically just has this like epic mindset where he's like, yes, I can do this. And he put everything towards it. And my throat chakra is like hurting so much. And for whatever reason, like you have some blocks around belief. And, I was contemplating his energy and I was thinking about it. And I was like, I feel like so much of the time Throat chakra stuff, it really comes from the family of origin, like from what we internalize from those around us, from what we've heard our caregivers or our community, our family kind of tell us what is possible for us, or the role that we get placed in our family. And sometimes that role is really not reflective of who we are as a soul and what we really are capable of as a soul. And I feel like I was meditating on Ryan's energy. I was thinking about him and I was like, I feel like he had a very like different kind of upbringing than me and like a lot of the people that I read for, right? Where I feel like if you're attracted to my work, you probably have had some issues with, self-belief and kind of like healing from trauma, healing from sometimes very severe trauma and things like narcissistic abuse and stuff that really like can mess us up from the inside out, where we don't really see ourselves clearly. We can't see what we're capable of clearly. And it can really, impact our life. So you might have to go like a different route, say, than this guy who climbed Everest at age 19. It's like, sure, that might have not have been your story. And I think that he had the upbringing that set him up for success and all this kind of stuff. And he was able to have points of attraction where he attracted in kind of people that helped and supported him. From what he's talked about, he had a mentor who was like the nicest guy ever. And I was just thinking about it and I was like, it's so interesting because in my life, I've just attracted such horrendous relationships that have been so toxic and abusive. And it's just been a repeat of my childhood. So it's just very interesting, like how different our karma can be in our stories. And, it's not to compare in a sense of, it's more to compare just to learn. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, I wish I was like him. It's more like I can understand through the contrast of my experience, like why my path has been different. And it's not like, but the thing is, Spirit's saying is that we have to, if you resonate with this reading, right, then you probably don't have like the best inner like subconscious programming that sets you up for success like straight away as soon as you grow up. You're like doing all these epic things. I feel like that has been something that has like been something that you've had to grow. Like it's been an obstacle and a challenge that you've had to overcome, like your childhood, your conditioning, your trauma, relationship dynamics that haven't been very nurturing or supportive or whatever. But Spirit's saying that there's like, it's time for change. Like the energy in the field is like ready for change. Like it's time to change. And it's more like at your soul's level, like you are ready. And it's almost like I'm seeing Spirit might like just push you. Like you might get a little push from the universe, a little nudge, or you might just be feeling the nudge inside of yourself and thinking like, I can't continue like this. I can't live in this small box that I've sort of placed myself in. Like I just feel like you're ready for adventure. You're ready to get out of this box. You're ready to be free and like free yourself. So the other cards that I got is fellow travelers, support is all around you. And then I got cross-pollinate Gemini. Okay, so both of these cards talk about socialization and like friends and community and getting support from people around you. And that's the other thing that I feel like is changing for you. I feel like you've done enough work where you're ready to actually attract in different kinds of relationships. And you might have even been also desiring relationships recently. You might have been thinking like with this throat chakra, like I want to chat, I want to, befriend, I want to share, I want to, I don't know, there's something about you wanting to share and be more open. And I feel like Spirit's saying yes, yes, yes. And also Spirit's telling you that if you've been desiring friendships, especially, or kind of like depth in relationship, intimacy in relationship, community, it could also be partnership as well. But with the Gemini energy, it's more like a friendship energy, but it could be anything. I mean, fellow travelers, support is all around you. It's support of all kinds. And look, we have the peacock and the rainbow symbolism here. So it's like the peacock Spirit saying it's like it's time for you to put yourself out there and really be seen. And I'm also getting kind of like you might find yourself entering into some kind of a niche community or a spiritual community, or I don't know, some kind of a community where you meet like-minded others. And I'm seeing that things will be different this time because I feel this group that I'm talking to, this collective, it's like you've had a lot of relational trauma where things in relationship have not felt easy and it's not been fun and it might have been very, very traumatic. And that might have repeated in a lot of ways throughout your life. And so I'm just seeing that it's like Spirit saying, number one is like time to flip the script of your life and start to recognize that just because something has been an obstacle or a challenge in your life where it's been hard doesn't mean that it's not available to you. And I'm just seeing that you are just as capable of achieving massive things, big goals, huge feats, and also you are more than capable of manifesting adventure for your life. I feel like you really need some kind of adventure. You really need to go out and whatever, like climb and conquer some kind of mountain in your life. Like it's time for you to climb it and conquer it and prove to yourself that you're capable of it. I really see travel being really, really good for you and kind of like loosening, I don't know, loosening up on the routine that you might have in your life. Like, I'm seeing you're entering into a period where you're like rapidly outgrowing something. My throat chakra is going again. I can't believe how much my throat chakra has just been like screaming at me. So I feel that you're really clearing something big. I feel, especially if you're watching this at the time that I release this at the Capricorn full moon, or the next full moon, whenever you're watching it, because it's a timeless message, there's something that's going to like be purging out of your throat chakra. You might have even been feeling symptoms in your ears or in your throat or in your voice or in your communication, or you might have, like I said, been having this urge within you to communicate, to socialize. You want to connect. You want to free yourself from some kind of limiting beliefs. That's really what it comes down to. It's like it's time to free yourself from limiting beliefs and limitations that you have in your own mind. And they don't necessarily originate with you. I really feel it originates in the relational environment that you grew up in and kind of how that imprinted onto you. But it's time for things to change. And I feel like you're meant to actually unite with souls like soon coming up, especially if you've been feeling this. Like if you've been feeling like, oh, I really, really miss, I don't know, having friends, or I miss a certain period of my life, like I'm feeling nostalgia as well coming through. If you've had some kind of nostalgia where you've been looking back on a time where you were in a relationship or you had friends of some kind, I'm seeing that energy kind of coming back coming back to you in a big way. And you're meant to sort of like start to unite with others and have this kind of energy building where you feel supported, where you're rewriting the script. Like that's the best way I can put it. It's like you're rewriting the script of your life. You're meant to rewrite it. You're meant to have a different script into what you think is possible for yourself and for your life and how you manifest that, and clearing limiting beliefs so that you can get on with your adventure. It's time for you to adventure. It's time for you to like branch out and go beyond what you ever thought was possible for yourself. Like there's some kind of a mountain, because I mentioned Mount Everest, and it's, I'm not saying to go and climb Mount Everest or anything like that, because whatever, there's complications about that anyway. It's, there's a lot of unethical ways that that's being done at the moment. But anyway, I'm more saying symbolically, like, what is your mountain? What is your mountain and where is it? And what does it mean for you? And what does it mean to train and to achieve something and to believe in yourself to actually get it done? What does that mean to you? What speaks to you when I say that? Because the way that you talk to yourself, the way that you structure, like the way that you write the script and the narrative of your life of what you believe is possible is so important into the way that you can overcome any challenges and the way that you can actually achieve that mountain. Like there's something Spirit's saying about the relationship you have with yourself. It's time to kind of like turn inwards and be like, what is the relationship you have with yourself? Do you like cheer yourself on? Do you support yourself when you face an obstacle or a challenge? Or are you like, feeling like just rehashing the voices of your past kind of thing? Because it's time, I feel, for things to start to change. Gemini is all about change. It happens quite quickly, cross-pollinate. And then you got Uranus change. It's like your soul is outgrowing rapidly a certain condition, and it feels very much to do with your throat chakra, to do with how you may have held yourself back, kept yourself small, and sort of lived by limiting beliefs that were really anchored in trauma, that were like really anchored into you through trauma. And it's like you've been doing so much healing, and this is about to manifest for you in sort of breakthrough where you're going to be able to go on some kind of adventure and like live life in a different way. Like your adventure is waiting for you and life is meant to be lived. And I'm just seeing your world expanding rapidly, where it's like you take that first little risk, you take that first step into a new reality, and then you're met there. And it's like you meet some, amazing soul family person, and then you go on an adventure with them, and then it keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. I'm seeing like a flow state of opening up in your life where it's like you take a risk to begin with, and then it keeps expanding and it keeps flowing and it keeps changing for you. And that's what Spirits wants you to know, is like when you've been feeling the call in your heart of like, oh, I feel like I need change, or I need adventure, or I need, I need something to shift for me. I'm feeling like bored, or I'm feeling restless. Like there's a restlessness. That's the best word. It's like a restlessness, but it's at a soul level. Like it's not going to go away. It's not going to go away until you answer the call, until something has changed, until you answer the call to adventure. Like the angels almost are calling you out of your mundane, of your routine. And they're like, hey, it's time to adventure. It's time to do something differently. It's time to massively change your life. And the Uranus card, like, this is something, like, this is a call that cannot be ignored. Like the Uranus will not let you ignore this call. Like there has to be an answer. Like you have to give yourself that need. I feel like that you might have had like a situation in your childhood where your needs weren't met in one way or another. Just saw 333 there. in one way or another, I feel like your needs weren't met as a child. And so it's sort of like you can sort of sometimes ignore your own needs in a way because you're just used to it. And Spirit's saying it's like your need has to be met. This itch has to be scratched. Like it's time for you to expand because there's also people there waiting for you. There's certain opportunities that are there waiting for you, but it involves you kind of putting yourself out there and allowing yourself to be seen and like taking the first steps towards adventure. With the peacock, that's all about being seen, being visible, letting yourself be known, opening your throat chakra to connection, to expression, to your unique voice, being authentic and not minding if people don't love you for it. Like there's something here about like I heard somewhere the other day, it was like, if you're your authentic self, like 50% of people will love you and 50% of people will hate you. And I don't know if that's accurate, but there is some kind of level of truth to that where it's like, we can't expect that everyone will love us. We're in duality. So it's like, if you're your authentic self, then at least you're around the people that actually resonate with you and actually know, like, vibe with you. They're on the same level. And I feel there's been some like loneliness energy where you've kind of just been like self-sufficient, highly independent. And it's been important because you've been healing yourself. But I'm feeling like that energy is changing and it's time for you to start uniting with other souls and getting out there more and like finding more unity and finding more community and opening up that wound, like so that it can really heal. Because the way that I feel it's going to be healed the most is through having new relationships, a new experience of relationship. And I feel that things are different. That's it. That's the other message that's coming through with these cards, where it's like things are actually different now. The conditions are different now. There's been enough change. You've done enough inner work that it's like you can actually start to attract in relationships, community, people, places, things, opportunities that are healing, that are good, that aren't going to keep re-traumatizing you. And that is possible. Like that is literally so available to you and so possible. Okay, the channel just ended there. So I actually just released a new light language tape that's for the root chakra, and it's all about this. I was feeling this message, like I said, for a few days, and then I felt this healing come through, and it just feels like, yeah. So it's about attracting in your soul family, healing from feelings of like not feeling like you belong, finding belonging in the world, finding like your place in the world, your people, healing relationship trauma, early childhood trauma, and healing sort of like ancestral, like bloodline wounds. The root chakra is a very deep energy. It goes through, like it connects into our ancestry, to our bloodlines, to our family of origin, even to our past lives, to our physical body, to our early life, our early conditioning, our mother and father wounds, these kinds of things. But I specifically channeled this healing to help you to attract in like soul family, like the fellow travelers energy, where it's like it's time, I feel, on this earth, there's this new wave of people who are healing trauma and who are ready to now unite with others and come together in this new wave of kind of love and unity and community. And that's what this healing is all about. It's like aligning energies within you so that it's time. Yeah. So this adventure awaits you, okay? And I'm sending you so much love and light. All the links are in the description box below if you want to check out my work. And yeah, take good care.